Dude, somebody last video said, Angel, you don't have any new pimples today. I know, I'm disappointed as well. The real lesbian skin is back, bitch. Except this one here though. Dude, how fucking insecure do you have to be talking about your appearance before every single video? A lot. Okay, last week I did like an actual painting tutorial, and that must be enough, right? Like, can I just go back to making 10-minute rant videos where I don't really have an actual point? By the way, before I start, I wanted to address something. I see a lot of comments of people being like, Angel, keep doing what you're doing, keep being you. And I know you guys mean the best, but yeah, I'm 22 years old, I live with my parents, and I have 7 subscribers. So being myself has really worked out for me. I recommend it to everybody. And by the way, I love the fact that people get so impressed that I like my own comments. Bitch, if I don't like them, who else is gonna like them? My mom doesn't have a YouTube account. Okay, so when I was first starting out with art, every time I hung out with professional artists, they would be like, boy, doing art for a living is great, you gotta do what you love, but just so you know, after 5 years, you're gonna get bored with it and give up. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I better get good at this shit fast, cause I got 4 more years until I give up. And you know, that shit just put a constant fear in me. Like, yeah, drawing boobies is cool and all, but what are you gonna do after you get bored with it in 5 years? And to the people who told me that, I sincerely wanna say I suck a dick. Dude, I'm on my 6th year right now, and I'm nowhere near done with drawing boobies. But unfortunately, I do feel like that thing with the 5 years is true for most people. So I can't really blame the professional artists that told me that I'm gonna get bored. But they didn't know one of my best character qualities. I was already bored with art before I even started. Like, I was never interested in anime. I could give a fuck about comic books, and I'd rather lose a leg than sit and watch a 3-hour movie of a guy shooting cum out of his hand by a guy with a hammer. So what is gonna change in 5 years? I already have crippling depression. You're gonna get bored with drawing. Bitch, I'm trying to not stab myself in the neck with a pencil. I'd welcome some boredom. But I do see a lot of questions from people getting... Oh shit. But I do see a lot of questions from people getting bored with their art and being like, oh my god, I have an art block, what do I do now? And I know the mainstream advice is just get inspired, watch more movies, listen to music. First of all, movies themselves make me bored. Like, I don't know if it's my ADD or something, but 2 hours for a fucking movie? I can barely get through 20 minutes of porn. That's why I think I'm a premature ejaculator. Bitch, I got stuff to do. This snap ain't gonna take itself. So watching movies is definitely not the answer for me. By the way, you know what I love? I love Instagram artists who write in their description, oh, I have art block, do you guys have any ideas on how to solve it? And then everybody in the comments is like, watch more movies, listen to music. Wow, thank you, Susie45, really insightful. Especially if 200 other people above you didn't say the exact same shit. Actually, now that I think about it, these artists always get more comments with that shit. Ask followers how to solve art block in the next post. Anyway, what are some of the things that helped me? First of all, I think it's really important to know why you want to do art in the first place. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I just do art because it's fun and relaxing for me. But I think that's the exact same reason why you get bored with it. Honestly though, I think I'm kind of jealous. I wish art was fun and relaxing for me. But drawing mostly just makes me angry. I got a lot of issues. So if sketching in your notebook is fun and easy and you love creating characters from imagination, good for you. But I was never good at that. Like, I always just wanted to create pretty pictures, but whenever I tried to, it looked like shit and I'll get sad and depressed. And by the way, another tangent, I know they're getting way too much, but stay with me here. I love when illustrators are like, you know, I can't just keep creating pretty characters if they don't have a story behind them. You want a fucking story? Become a writer. Dude, that's like being a beat maker and you're like, you know, I don't really understand people that make beats without good lyrics. Lyrics? Bitch, you're a goddamn beat maker. What the fuck is wrong with you? So art for me has always been about 2 things. Creating pretty pictures and getting hit on by hot girls on Instagram. And by hot girls, I mean 45-year-old Indian dudes. So if you're not an art kid like me, the only thing that's gonna help you stay motivated is having a bigger purpose than just having fun with drawing. Like, that's why I don't sketch for fun. Like, if you draw something and then you don't post it on Instagram, did you actually draw it? Think about it. Like, you need goals, man. Like, you need to be chasing something. Of course you're gonna get bored with art if your bigger purpose is to draw the same goddamn face in the back of your notebook. You gotta find what moves you, and for me, I found out I'm an attention whore, and the only thing that brings me happiness is growth and validation. Like, I could be painting the most beautiful piece in the world, but if I don't post it and nobody sees it, I just get depressed and I want to stab myself in the neck. That's why I could never work in a studio or have a job, but I'm not saying that works for you. You gotta find your own thing and chase it. Like, for example, I want 1 million Instagram followers. And I know I'm shallow as fuck and I probably have more daddy issues than Bella Delphine, but it is what it is. So I found out these Jodies in your style challenges where people are posting your art and you get more followers. And artists usually do them like every couple of months on special occasions, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do them every single week. So I started this thing called Sketch with Angel, but because I suck at painting from imagination, I took other people's photos, I copied them, and then I gave them to other artists to copy them as well. And it worked great until photographers, rightfully so, started complaining that I'm using their photos for challenges and they banned my hashtag. And listen, I got super fucking depressed. I was like, man, what am I gonna do now? I need followers, but I can't use other people's pictures for my challenge. And every time I draw from imagination, I get bored and depressed. And I was like, you know what? I need a bigger purpose. So I decided 1 year from now, I'm gonna create this book called Draw with Angel with all the 50 characters that I'm gonna create and their backstories. And then I'm gonna sell the book on Kickstarter and hopefully make enough money to buy socks. And again, I'm not saying you should create a fucking book or start a project. You just gotta figure out what motivates you, aka followers for me, and then work from there for what you need to do to get it. But guess what though? Even if you do that, that still doesn't mean you won't get bored. Just because I want to create some goofy book doesn't mean I don't want to stab myself to death every time I'm drawing from imagination. So another really important thing that helps me is finding this balance of both getting out of your comfort zone, but at the same time doing something that's comfortable enough for you to enjoy it. And that's where, man, these fucking weirdos with that phrase, get out of your comfort zone, man. Like, that's the same guy who puts butter in his coffee and eats non-fat yogurt at the same time. Okay, buddy, just because you're wearing those lame-ass shoes with a separate toes doesn't mean you got out of your comfort zone today. And guess what? If you get super out of your comfort zone, you're gonna get stifled and not be able to create again. That's why I don't really believe in that phrase, oh, just practice. Because you're either gonna keep drawing the same goddamn face, or you're gonna decide to push yourself to draw a unicorn from imagination. And after you draw something that resembles a donkey with a dildo on its forehead, you're gonna get depressed and give up. So you gotta find the sweet spot where you're both challenging enough so you're not bored, but at the same time it's not so challenging that you get frustrated and you get bored again. Holy shit, this is so goddamn complicated. Can I just go back to dick jokes? So first, find out why you even want to do art. And the answer better not be, oh, because I just want to have fun. Fuck your fun. Secondly, find out what motivates you. And hopefully you're not as fucked up as me, so the answer is gonna be something more normal than followers and pussy. Thirdly, figure out where you want to go. And you don't need an exact place where you're first starting out, but you need like a basic direction. Then fourthly, create a project or some sort of a thing that you can do every day to get you to where you want to go. And then finally, find a sweet spot where stuff is not so hard that you give up, but it's also hard enough to keep you entertained. And that's how you don't get bored. And by the way, there better not be any comments, oh, the video starts over here, because all of my videos are just one big intro. That's why I hate doing how to do this, how to do that videos. Like how to draw the blah blah blah, because people expect you to actually give them advice. Bitch, I don't have any advice for you. I just have a lot of things to complain about, and then I share my fucked up points. But you know where I do have some advice for you though? On my Patreon. And listen, man, I don't know if it's because I suck at promoting it, or maybe I just ran through all of my 7 viewers, but I don't really get any new patrons. Matter of fact, I keep losing some in the beginning of every month. Jesus, and do you ever think it's because you keep calling everybody a bitch and you have a horrible attitude? I mean, yeah, my patron tiers are kind of called basic bitch, special bitch, and mentor bitch. And I could tell you it's just my art style, but hopefully you already knew that. But whatever it is, I hope you're gonna check it out. Patreon.com/AngelGanev, link in the description, and actually support me with real money instead of everybody keep writing comments about how funny I am. Jesus, I really need to work on my attitude. And I will. I just need to buy some socks first. You know what's the secret to inspiration? Discipline, motivation. Watch more movies, man. Blah, blah, blah.